Hello and welcome back to my channel. Now, if you watched my last video, then you will know that I have a current obsession of upcycling these hoodies. So I thought it would be only fitting that I wear this one that I made today. Now in that video, I had 2 hoodies left over that I didn't end up upcycling, and I did mention that I might turn them into bags. So in this video today, I'm going to be using the remainders of those jumpers and making a little puffer bag. Now here's my inspo picture of what I'd like to make, and I've seen a lot of similar bags around, but I want to create one that's like a bit different. And I really like the O-lend bags, which have the tie up on the straps. I think that could be a good way to make my own version of it. So this is the jumper that I'm going to be working with. It's actually half of the jumper that I upcycled this one. So I took the hood off it, some little patches under there. So this is kind of what I'm left with. I've got half an arm, front and the back, but I'm missing the hood. As you'll see, this jumper's got quite a lot of stains dotted all over it. I did only buy it for £1, so obviously still absolute bargain. So when I was upcycling the hoodies, I realized that it was just not going to be possible to use this. So I thought I would make a bag from it because I can be really selective with what fabric I use. I've got a bag full of stuff in that I've been sort of accumulating for the last couple of years, and I haven't found a use for it yet. So I thought this project would be perfect. So if you want to learn how to make a little puffy bag sort of thing, then keep watching. Okay, so if I'm basing it off of this design, I've worked out that I'm going to need 6 squares for the front, 6 squares for the back, 3 squares for the bottom, and 2 squares either side. So I'm going to need 19 squares altogether, and then also I'm going to need sort of a flat bit for the top. Change of plan, I don't have anywhere near enough fabric to just do it out of the green, and I'm just realizing that if I have like 3 of these next to each other, the bag is going to be pretty massive. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut down the square to 4 by 4 inches. Or I might try 5 by 5 inches first and see if I can get enough squares out of that, and then manually just keep decreasing the size of the square until I've got enough fabric. So it might end up being quite a mini bag. And then in terms of the zip, what I'll do is I'll just attach a bit of fabric to cover the end of this to shorten the zip, because this is quite a big zip anyway, so the bag doesn't need to be that massive. I'm just going to now turn my little guide into 5 by 5 inches and remeasure to see if I've got enough space for the squares. So let's try the 5 by 5 inch squares. God, my sewing room is such a mess. I really need to have a big clean up, but I'm just not in the mood to do it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 8. If I go to that row, and then the next row will be 16. Okay, right, 17, 18, 19. Okay, perfect. So I think we're gonna have enough fabric if we use the 5 by 5 square. So the first thing I'm gonna do is cut out the squares and any extras I need. So I have cut out 19 squares for the base of the bag. I've also got my little Nike detail here, which I'm going to add afterwards. I've got some long strips for the strap. Now, I don't have any fabric long enough, so I've had to cut it into 2 halves, and then I'm going to attach them here, so that should be okay. And then I've also got the 2 little tabs to add onto the zip. I just need to add 4 little loops that I'm going to use to tie the bag up with, and this is what I'm working with, so I'm going to have to be like a bit strict on how much I cut out. I made a bag similar before with a similar strap, and you can see the little loop here, how it ties up. So I think I'm going to use that as a guide for how much I need to cut. So I've cut out 4 little attachy baggy thingies, these loop bits here, and I actually managed to get them quite long. So once I fold them in half and down again, I think that should be a big enough loop to tie the strap onto. So I think we're good, you know. I think we've got enough fabric for everything. So now I need to cut out some lining fabric, and I also need to cut out 19 squares of another fabric that I can use to stuff the squares together with. I've got this black heavyweight cotton. The only thing I'm thinking is it is quite thick, so once I start assembling it might be too bulky, but then it would make the bag a bit more structured, and I do want it to have like a nice shape. So I think I'm going to try this because I've got quite a lot of it anyway, and if I start finding that it's too bulky to work with, then I can cut out like a thinner fabric. So first I'm going to cut out 19 squares of this black fabric, and then I will be back with the next step. Okay, so I have cut out all my squares in the green and the black. I need to attach these together, wrong sides together, all around the outside, and I'm just going to leave a little pocket open so that I can stuff them. So then I will end up with 19 stuffed little pouches, and then I can start to assemble them together to make the bag. Normally what I would have done is just cut out a whole panel for the bag, stuffed it all, and then sewed the lines in so that it's one panel. Obviously, because I had a lot of stains on the jumper, it wasn't possible to do that. So I think this is going to be the easiest way. So yeah, this is probably going to be very tedious and time consuming, but I will speed it up so that it's not too boring for you. So I'll see you when I've got loads of stuffed little pockets. So it has been a little while, but ta-da! I have all my little puffy squares, all 19 of them. So choking on the fluff, Jesus. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to attach the little squares together, right sides together, in rows of 3, and then I'm going to attach the rows of 3 all together so that I've got like one big sort of loopy thing. For the bottom of the bag, I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to do one row that has 7 on so that it's like the base of the bag. So yeah, I'm just going to attach those together now, and I will be back again. Sorry, I realise this video is a lot of time lapsing and stuff, but there's not really much else I can talk about, so let's go. Okay, so now I have got my rows stitched together, so I just need to attach them together to start forming the bag. So this is going to be like the front of the bag. This will go around the side of the bag. I don't even know how to show this, but I think it's going to be quite a good size actually. So I'm pretty happy with that. So yeah, I'm going to assemble that and then I will be back. Okay, so it's now the next day and I did get a little bit tired yesterday, so I thought I would just restart today. I have attached all my puffy squares together and this is what I'm left with. And I feel like you can really see it coming to life now. The inside looks a little bit scary. I've just attached all the rows together and I think I'm gonna go over it with my overlocker just to secure it a bit. But once I've done that, I need to then sew all the sides of the bag together, and I'm trying to give you a visual of how it's gonna look. It's gonna be like that. And you know what? It's actually bigger than I thought it was gonna be, so I'm really happy with how it's looking, but I'm a little bit worried about how I'm gonna sew the sides together because I think it's gonna be a bit fiddly. Okay, so now I've got my little bubbly bag inside out. Like, look how good it's looking already. I'm so excited. So I think next up I'm going to attach little toggles that I'm going to use to have as a tie-up for the straps. I need to fold them in half and sew down the side seam and then turn them inside out. So I've got like 2 little toggles, and then I'm gonna pin them to the inside of my bag and attach them so that they look kind of like that, if that makes any sense. Probably not. Now I've got the extremely tedious task of stuffing the straps. Wish me luck, I have no idea how I'm gonna do this. I think I'm just gonna like stick a bit down and then push it down with my pen or something. Like, it's gonna be difficult, but yeah, I think it's gonna look really good with the inside out straps, and I've attached the little toggly things. So I'll be back once I've stuffed the snakes. After about what felt like 50 years, I have finished my 2 straps, and they look so funny. Why do they look so weird? They're so puffy, but you know, it kind of works because the bag is super sturdy. So I've cut out my lining fabric, and I want to add a little pocket because I hate when bags don't have pockets inside. So I'm just cut out this little square. So I'm just going to fold over each corner by like 1 centimetre so that it's got a bit of a hidden seam. And instead of going to get my iron like a normal person, I'm just going to use my hair straighteners to fold the edges over, because who's got time to get an iron out, fill it up with water, get the ironing board out? Do you know what I mean? Like, life hack right there. So my next job is to add the zip to the top of the bag. I've got my lining piece here, which I just made out of the black cotton fabric, and I need to sort of attach my zip to this bit here. So I've added 2 little tabs to either side. Now, I'm not an expert at zip, so I'm not going to try and teach you how to do this, but I watched this tutorial by Sydney Graham. It's actually one where she was making the bestie bag, and I found that that's quite a good zip tutorial, so I'm gonna follow that and just sort of hope for the best. And I think this might be the neatest top stitching I've ever done on a zip before. I'm very impressed. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach the zip to the top of the lining so that this is almost like one individual bag in itself. Then once I've done that, I'm going to put this entire lining bag inside the main bag, and I'm going to stitch all around the outside. This is the reason why I left the gap in the bottom of the lining earlier, so that I could turn the whole bag right side out. In theory that should work, but like, whether in practice it does actually work or not, I guess we'll find out. I think I have successfully attached the lining to the bag, and it's at this point where I just go, and just pray for the best, because what the hell is this? Oh God, oh God. Now this is why I left the hole in the lining. Come on, pray, people, please pray for me. Oh no, I don't think I made the hole big enough. Oh no, oh no. I know I've done something wrong. There's no way I've done it right. There's got to be no way. There's absolutely no way. I actually think I've done it. Oh my actual. What? Wait, there's loads of loose threads inside. Let me try and sort of fix this up a little bit. Wait, I don't even know how I'm going to show you this, but so the lining on the inside, got the little pocket there. looking all super neat. So basically I just need to close the hole at the bottom of here, but I'll just literally top stitch along that. You know, this was a proper wing it project, and I did have high hopes for myself, and I thought like I can definitely do this, but I normally always make a massive mess up. So the fact that this actually worked is crazy, right? Okay, moment of truth. I've not even attached the straps yet, so the straps could look absolutely stupid. These massive snakes, they're massive snakes. Why did I make them so big? Can you actually believe it? Right, okay, let me just get this in a better position. Now, I am gonna probably film a video tomorrow in daylight to properly show it, but what? No, sorry. Why is it actually quite good? So it's now the next day, and I'm so excited to show you the bag. Ta-da! I think it turned out so well. Do you know what, right? Concept, 10 out of 10. Execution, I'm gonna say 7 out of 10. So what I'm actually thinking of doing is creating a pattern for this. So I'm gonna adjust how I've added the zip on the top and also how I've constructed it all together. So if anybody wants to make one of these yourself, a bit more professionally and clean, then let me know, because I am gonna release a pattern on this, I think. But yeah, it looks so good. So I've got the zip there. Little bubbly bag, and the size I think is a great size as well. It's something that I would use as like my everyday bag, and it's got the pocket inside as well, which is always great. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you like the bag and you like how it turned out, and if I should make a pattern for it, because I really would love to, so let me know. Thank you so much for watching my videos. I hope you enjoyed watching me make this bag. Hopefully I didn't destroy the jumper and it was worthwhile doing. Yeah, I'm really enjoying filming these YouTube videos. I feel like it's such a great way for me to get my creative projects out in the world. So if there's anything else you want to see me make, please let me know in the comments. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'm just having a great time. So I will see you in my next video. Bye.